Year 1870, a quiet village in Connecticut, USA. Fields stretched endlessly, drenched in the dew of the dawn. The sun's golden light shimmered on the roofs of wooden houses, and the air carried the scent of fresh corn and damp earth. But that morning was unlike any other. Something unspeakable had happened, a child's scream, then silence. On the edge of the village lived a farmer, Abel Harper, a man of stern face but honest soul. His farm held a few cows, chickens, and 4 pigs. One of them, a large black pig with restless eyes, always seemed different. The villagers whispered, "That one's cursed." Parents warned their children, "Stay away from Harper's pig or it'll bite you." But children are curious, aren't they? One bright morning, little Tom, 7 years old, wooden sword in hand and laughter in his eyes, wandered too close to Harper's barn while playing. The pig stood there, chained but watchful. Tom waved his stick playfully. The pig grunted, just a low warning sound. Tom giggled and stepped closer. Then in the blink of an eye, chaos erupted. The pig lunged. A scream pierced the calm air. By the time Harper ran out, the ground was soaked with blood. Tom lay motionless, and the pig's snout was red. Harper fell to his knees, trembling, whispering, "Dear God." The boy's eyes were open, glassy, as if silently asking, "Why me?" By sunset, the entire village knew. Fear and fury gripped the crowd. Some said, "It's a beast. Beasts go mad." Others shouted, "A child has died." There must be justice in those days. Justice often walked hand in hand with superstition. The next morning, Constable Jonathan Clark arrived, a tall man in a brown coat, eyes sharp as a hawk. He examined the chained pig. Blood still clung to its ears. "Law is law," he said to Harper. "Today we may make history." A trial was declared, not for a man, but for a pig. The church hall was packed with townsfolk. On the wooden platform sat Judge William Taylor, and across from him, in chains, the accused, the black pig. Murmurs filled the hall. People laughed nervously until the gavel struck. Case 47, the state of Connecticut versus the pig. Silence fell. The first witness, young Sam, trembled as he spoke. "We were just playing Tom, poked it with a stick. Then it attacked." His voice broke. Women wept quietly. Harper lowered his head, guilt carving lines into his face. Clark pointed at the pig and declared, "A life was taken. There must be punishment." The defense lawyer, Henry Dale, tried to reason. "It's an animal. It has no intent, no understanding." But the judge's reply was cold. "A child is dead, Mr. Dale. Justice must be seen." For hours, arguments echoed off the church walls. In the end, as dusk fell, the verdict came guilty. Sentenced to death by public hanging. That night, the village lay still. No laughter, no music, only the sound of wind against the barns. Harper sat outside his home, haunted. He whispered, "We call this justice, but is it?" He remembered the pig's eyes, not evil, just afraid. Perhaps fear had driven it mad. At dawn, the villagers gathered in the square. A wooden scaffold stood tall. The pig was brought forward, its heavy breath clouding the cold air. There was no rage left in it, no fight, just quiet acceptance. Harper stood among the crowd, tears glistening. Clark checked the rope, nodded to the judge. A single signal, the lever pulled. The rope snapped tight and the pig's body swung in the morning light. The crowd watched, some satisfied, others uneasy. "Justice is served," someone said. Another voice whispered, "Or maybe we only silenced our guilt." In the state records, it was written, "The Trial of the Pig, Connecticut, 1870. Years passed and the tale faded from memory. But even today, locals say that on quiet nights, if you walk past Harper's old field, you might hear the faint sound of a chain rattling, as if something still waits for the truth.